You ever take a cow in a meat pill? Oh my god, that reminds me. We also had Philadelphia Fleabane.
Oh yes.
We used to have Fleabane in the backyard, and I'm pretty sure I got rid of it. So that's good. Because Fleabane's another thing that I don't, at least for again what I'm trying to do. Like it doesn't seem like it has like a lot of fun uses. So because Bitter Dock is just like poor man's aloe, and I'm like, oh that's cool. Dead Metal is apparently actually like a wild mint. Um, you know. Um, and so like a lot of these other ones, man, I'm just like, yeah, you know, like clover. Clovers are good. Really, you know, ideally it's like you want bitter dock, the nettle, and clovers, you know, as weeds. It's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
What would you tell me? What's your favorite weed?
Dandelion.
Oh, duh! I totally forgot about that. Dandelion, and then of course, what seems to grow by dandelion, at least around here, the mock strawberry.
Oh yeah,
Dandelion and mock
I
strawberries
love a
are
mock
awesome.
strawberry.
Yeah. Really, you just got to put together like a wish list of weeds that are just really awesome, you know?
Exactly.
And be like, I want these ones for Christmas.
I want these bitches for Christmas.
These bitches for Christmas.
I want these bitches for Christmas.
What are you doing on your Bloons Tower Defense 6?
I'm on level 5 now.
Oh, look at that, dude. I'm literally, dude, you blink and you're like 10 levels ahead, you know?
Exactly, bro. I'm just gathering up my my bitches.
Dude, that's what I do all the time. Unironically. So, apparently... So, we are trying to build, what? We're trying to build a fish aquarium now, huh?
Oh yes.
Tell us about this.
So we're both getting into fishing.
Not, like, fishing. We mean, like, raising fish in a house, like pet fish.
I mean that too, maybe. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that one. But we're getting into fish, and we were looking to do tropical first. But the issue is there's not a lot of like ecosystem building you can do with that. Like you can only have the glowfish in there. Like you can't do shrimp, you can't do crabs. You know? And so it's interesting because now we're looking at non-tropical and like suddenly there's so many more fish you can do. You can have shrimp, you can have crabs, you can have algae eaters.
Yeah.
And so it's so interesting. Like I think it's like really cool. And so we're trying to find like a perfect gallon tank for it. And seeing how we might have to put it on the dresser or where your fallen clock is.
Yeah.
That you still haven't moved or thrown away. If it's there.
This poor clock. No one likes Mr. Edinburgh clock.
No one likes it. Why is it there?
Dude, it like fell in like my sleep,
It-
and like my mom thought, yo, that morning was so hectic for like no reason. So I have this hang-up clock in my room. It's some kind of Edinburgh, I think. It has like a Edinburgh clockwork on top of it. And so 10 in the morning one morning, this is like a half a year ago, and like all of a sudden, like I wake up.
Not even half a year ago, like a few months ago.
Yeah, half of a year ago. So like, I wake up to this like banging, and I'm like confused, and I turn over, and I guess like so I've got like 6 fans in my room, and like sort of like stand-up office fans, and one of the fans, I guess it has like a lot of like, you know, like dust and stuff on it that I haven't like dusted it, and it's the fan that points right to my bed and right to my face if I'm turned that way. Because you know you can do this thing in beds called turning around. And
oh really? Word? Holy shit! I didn't know that.
And so I wake up and like I look
Face
over
right
towards
now.
the fan, Yeah. So I wake up, I look over towards the fan, and all of a sudden this dust. So this is crazy. So like I wake up to the sound of like a clock falling over, it's loud banging, and I turn over towards the fan in my room, and this fan all of a sudden just blows a bunch of dust in my face. Like one of the dust things and like hair and crap just like falls off at that moment and like lands in my eyes, and like I like my eyes hate it. Like I can't like open them. They keep like forcibly like shutting, and I'm like crying, not because I'm sad, but because like like I'm like irritated. I'm getting like weird like
Your eyes are getting watery, not crying.
yeah, I'm getting like spontaneously like conjunctivitis all of a sudden, and I'm like, "Whoa!" And so it's like a horror movie. Like I hear banging, and then my eyes start like steaming shut, and I'm like, "Oh, fuck!" So like I immediately run to the bathroom because I'm like, "Oh no!" Like I gotta like like clean my eyes off or something. And then my mom comes into my room a few minutes after because she hears this bang and this clock fell, and she's like, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" And I'm just like, "I'm fine, I'm okay." And I'm in the bathroom, and I look like I look like I'm crying is the thing, like because my eyes were that irritated from the dust, and like they kept like shutting and stuff.
Level 6.
And hey, look at you. And so like I'm like, I'm fine, I'm fine, and like, I'm trying to like get my eyes to open up and like clean them off, and then she's like, "Oh my god, the clock's broken," and I'm like, "What?" And then like all of a sudden it like clicks. I'm like, "Oh shit, the clock fell." Oh man, it was so crazy. Oh, and then like I come back out into the room, and because I've got an ensuite bedroom, meaning that I have a bathroom in my bedroom.
Yeah.
We don't say the M word in this house, okay? So like I come back out, and there's like shards of this clock like on the floor, and I'm like, oh. And what's weird is I'm like, how the hell did I know to step over those when I was running to the bathroom and like my eye was like all like effed up? So it's so crazy.
Why you need to get that other fan up here so it doesn't like congest and stuff.
Yeah. Oh man. And then it was a, about as normal a day as I usually have afterward. But yeah, wow. You ever have a hectic morning like that, Small Doodle?
Hmm?
Sort of a fun, spontaneous morning.
What do you mean fun, spontaneous? You're so dramatic that morning.
No, I'm melodramatic. I'm like, I get very like like I get like very like like God, what's a good example that's not like bad? Like let's say hypothetically, I'm like a general in a war movie, and you've just told me that like the rebel army has stormed the gates. I'm the guy to do that sort of like take off the glasses, stand by the window, look out, and be all like,
My wife is dead.
I guess our time has come.
My wife is dead.
It's all over. Like, or like fucking like Tommen from like Game of Thrones when Marjorie dies and he just jumps out the window.
7.
He like, no, he doesn't even jump. He like falls out. He's just like, I'm just gonna fall out. Because there's this one time we went to the beach and I tried to fly a kite and it worked and it was awesome. But what I was doing is I was kind of guiding it and unraveling it at the same time. And so this nylon string was just like cutting up my skin on my finger.
Yeah, and you were so dramatic.
Yeah, and I go to look down. No, I wasn't. I was mellow. I was the melodramatic.
It's
where
still dramatic.
because like I was like, my hand feels really sweaty. What's going on? Like I was like, it's actually kind of a windy day. Why does my hand feel so sweaty? And I look down and it's like barbecue sauce blood. I'm like, oh damn. And I like hand it over to you.
You were so dramatic. Oh my god.
I hand it over to you and I'm like, give this to Mom. She'll know what to do. And then I walk into the bathroom. I walk into the public restroom of the beach and like, I'm just like, I'm like trying to, clean and, close the wound and stuff. And it was like a couple layers of skin. It was pretty bad. And so like, it was pretty,
bad.
No, it wasn't bad, but it was acute, right? Like, it was like, oh, geez, this is gonna take a minute and a couple band-aids. Cause yeah, And it's interesting because it did one of those things where if you look at a wound up close, like it did one of those things where like I got it to like stop. I got cold water and soap on it and everything for like a good like 15 minutes, and I looked down at it and almost like these weird like vampire bite punctures kept like still welling up with blood every few minutes. It was interesting, and then they finally closed and got well behaved.